Welcome to the Jaren Jarvis channel. I am Jaren Jarvis. Today, I would like to introduce to you, A Feast of Fear. Like many of you, I love binge reading all the delectable horror shorts and longs of /r/nosleep. Nothing quite beats being tucked safely away in your warm, comfy bed, putting on some music to set the atmosphere or perhaps just some good old rain sound effects, and then delving into the depths of our human perception of fear. Whatever it is that attracts you. The mystery, the paranormal, the psychotic dark side of the human psyche. It is not worth it. Please trust me on this. Fear is the means in which they gain entrance to our world. I'm sure you've already seen them in a glance, in one form or another. Think back even a little and you'll find them in your memories, perhaps even in a more humble form, the cloud shadow which, in your ignorance, you mistook for hung-up clothes. The distorted face beyond your window, which, to your relief, seemed to just be your reflection. Or perhaps you've caught them glaring at you through a crack in your closet door, but you foolishly reassured yourself that you simply must have left it slightly open. Like many other horror appreciators, I could not resist that gnawing curiosity of the dark, and what might lurk within. At first it was difficult. I think it's our natural instinct to try and calm ourselves down, keep a level head. But they'd never reveal their true forms that way. No, instead of putting out the fire you have to feed it. Every shadow is a monster waiting around the corner to slit your throat. Every gust of wind against your brittle windows is the sound of a psychopath, battering his way into your home. After a certain point you can no longer tell what is real and what is the product of your own mind, and that is when they will begin to show themselves. You will know them by their stench. They smell as if the belly of a great beast of mountainous proportions were gutted open, and from that wound poured 1,000 rotting corpses drenched in sulfur from the beast's stomach. The air begins to taste of ash, and acrid smoke. Every noise that surrounded you moments before vanishes for the briefest of pauses, and then returns as if played through an ancient record player, with every single vibration accompanied by a shrill, piercing screech. The physical sensation is surprisingly pleasant. Not burning or filled with despair as one might expect. It's as if all thoughts and doubts disappear from your mind, and all that remains is overwhelming impulse to move closer to the creatures that surround you, but the closer you move toward them, the more you feel it, an overwhelming hunger. You might groan and clutch at your stomach, but you'll soon realize it's not your hunger at all. It's theirs. A hunger so fierce and unyielding that it fills the very space in which you dwell. Once you've felt all of these perilous sensations, it is then that you will see them, clinging to the wall, hanging from the ceiling, peering over the foot of your bed. Their size and proportions vary, but no matter where you look, they are there, countless in their numbers. Skin hanging off them like they patched it onto themselves in a hurry and forgot that it was inside out. Eyes, countless and black, leaking pus or some other substance that drips onto the ground and sticks like tar. There are hands and legs and other appendages hanging off of their faces and bodies, twisted in ways that make a person wince. Some parts are from humans, others from beasts. It's as if a toddler with godlike powers scrounged up bits and pieces of dead animals and people and meshed them together to make its own creation. And now, they've seen you seeing them. And they know that you know. And even though some of them lack mouths and facial features, you know they're smiling. They then seep toward you at a pace that gives you time to take in all of them, in all of their horrific gluttony. In a tone which before now, one could not possibly imagine, you hear them bellow, "Ours." Without lungs, without tongues, without teeth, without sound, they inch toward you, and in your heart, they whisper, "Ours." So, please, stay away from the scary stories. They will do you no good. Instead, lock the doors, close the windows, shut out the sun. Hide under your covers and pray. You mustn't give in to your paranoia, now. Try not to imagine all the horrific things you've seen and heard up until this point. The corpses you've glanced upon. You were just curious. The horrific tales you've read. Yes, they must just be fiction. The malevolent figures that have invaded your room. Just the work of your imagination. Yes, even the one that awaits you just outside your door. You should try to escape the slippery slope of fear as soon as you can, or you'll find that scent upon you. Can you smell it now? That succulent aroma of rot and decay? So hide away, as best you can, lest we make you ours.